Jazz music, how can you not love it? Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell, and this is once again coming from my apartment. Now today we're going to be talking about the film La La Land. Now if you have been watching this channel for a while, which some of you have, you will know that I'm a big fan of musicals. They are my guilty pleasure. I have loved them for a very long time, many years. And so when I see a new original one come into play, come into the theaters, I am very excited for it. It stars two of my favorite actors, Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, in the lead roles. I've never heard either of these people sing before, so I'm very excited. And let's talk about how this film was. The general plot of this film is that we have Emma Stone. She is an aspiring actress in LA, and one day when she's coming home from a bad audition, she stumbles across Ryan Gosling's jazz club where he's doing a piano gig, and they kind of meet up and their paths intersect, and we have our film from there. Ryan Gosling is a pianist who is trying to just become a serious musician, who is trying to own his own jazz club one day because he has a huge passion for jazz as a genre. Now right off the bat, I will say these are fantastic performances by both Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling. I thought that they both blew their roles out of the park in regards to that. Their chemistry on screen is also very fun to see, especially when they're kind of just going at each other at the beginning. When they like each other, it's obvious, but they're both just kind of giving each other shit, and I enjoyed seeing that aspect of it because it was a fun thing. It showed that they have really good chemistry together. And then when they're together later on in the film, as you know is going to happen, I enjoyed seeing that aspect as well because it showed a different side of the characters, but something new, and I thought that their relationship during that aspect also worked nice as well. Now this is a musical, and as such there is singing in this film, and I thought they both did a very good job in that regard as well. It took me a little bit to get used to their voices in regards to their singing, but once I did, I thought that they did a good job in both of their roles respectively. I don't know if they have any big past in that aspect, but I thought that they both did good in that role. All the songs are very fun to listen to. The two main ones that you've heard in the trailer, they're both in this film, and one has more prominence over the other probably, but all the songs are really fun to listen to. A lot of them more focus on dance choreography than anything, I would say, and so there's not a lot of vocal action going on, which I'll talk about later on in this review. There's also a heavy jazz influence in this one as well. This is the director of Whiplash, and so you know that aspect is going to be in this movie. It is very heavily prominent in it, and as a lover of jazz, I appreciated that. Los Angeles looks fantastic in this film as well. The visual effects just look amazing. The city just looks phenomenal, like a city of stars. And so I really like seeing LA in this format. I haven't really seen LA personally a whole lot in my life, so seeing it in this light in this film is really neat. As I said earlier, there's a lot of dance numbers in this film, and so I thought that the choreography was also something to be admired in this film because it was just so well done. You see Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone pulling off these fantastic dance numbers, and yeah, I really enjoyed that aspect as well. Now that being said, this film I did not think was perfect. I was a little bit disappointed in some regards. It is a very familiar plot. Again, we have aspiring actress meets aspiring musician. When their careers begin to take off a little bit, you can kind of guess how that's going to go. And it plays out pretty much how you would expect it to once it hits a certain point. And so I found that to be kind of disappointing because I began to be a little bit bored and waiting for something new and unexpected to happen as a result. And it just never really did. It played out pretty much the exact same way, and as a result it felt like something I've seen before. Yes, it has awesome dance numbers, really fun songs, but it just felt very familiar in regards to its plot. The songs are also a thing that I had a slight issue with, and while, like I said, all the numbers that are in the movie are really good, really well done, really fun to listen to. I listened to the soundtrack on my way home, and I probably will listen to it later on. It falls into the same issues that Moana did for me, because there is one song which is used repeatedly throughout the course of the film, and they kind of used that in place of spots where they could have used new songs. I also felt like there could have been a lot more songs filling in gaps, and it just felt like a very long period between different numbers that came out throughout the film. This is a musical. I want to be just surrounded by singing and music at least 80% of the time when I'm watching the film, and it felt like it was maybe 40% in this film. I did like the ending though. I thought that it was a very interesting way in regards to how it was done. Again, something I've seen before, but I liked how they pulled it off, and it gave kind of an air of mystery to the ending to a degree. It wasn't necessarily the most satisfying ending that I would have probably preferred or enjoyed as a result. And so guys, I gotta be honest, ultimately La La Land did fall below my expectations. I had really high hopes for this thing. I was hoping it was going to end up being my #1 film of the year, and it's probably not going to make my top 10. Honestly, that's really disappointing for me. When I had such high expectations for this thing. Again, performances are fantastic. I think Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, they deserve their nominations that they're getting and all the awards that they're winning. I think they did a great job. Singing is fantastic. The choreography, all the songs themselves, really fun to listen to. Everything like that. And the representation of jazz as the director does in this film is fantastic. It talks about how it's a dying art and it needs to be revived, and kind of puts in the debate of whether or not jazz should stay in its traditional roots as it's been developing over the course of the last however long, or if it needs to start to evolve and become something new unto itself. Which might change what it's ultimately about. And so that debate's in there, which I really appreciate because it's a real life issue that is happening. The culture is dying, as one of my college professors said. I couldn't help but being disappointed with the plot because of how familiar it did end up feeling as a result as I was watching this 2-hour film. And the fact that there isn't a lot of musical numbers in its own individual rights. I'm okay with reprisals of songs, but when it takes up 50% of the actual songs themselves and it's just a reprisal of the same thing we've heard, it does get a little bit old and boring. And guys, those are all my thoughts on La La Land. Let me know your views in the comments down below. Did you like it as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Once again, if you so choose, I appreciate it immensely. And as always, my people, my name is Nick Pell, and once again, keep on watching.